In Dragon Ball GT, Goku acts more like Dragon Ball Z Goku, which is the adult, matured version of Goku. Of course, Goku's always had that childlike personality, but in Dragon Ball, he really was like jumping around like this as a kid. And it's like they got him acting a lot more childish than usual. Like, yeah, I get it because they're trying to appeal to. They have traveled a great distance and they're back to walking, but it's still going to take some time, but they at least were able to save a little bit from if they would have just walked straight all the way through. And it's during this dialogue that I believe that Glorio's talking about about as far as like getting the Dragon Balls, how to find them, and that's what Goku's talking about. And Glorio basically explains that there's no need for like a radar because everyone knows where there are, because the Tamagamis are the really strong fighters that guardian them, and they're very strong. And yeah, there we go, right there, the Tamagamis. And basically he's like, yeah, you don't want to mess with these things. Yeah, they're strong, and you all know when you use the word strong around Son Goku, he gets excited. And you basically Glorio is kind of, you know, I think mildly true that Son Goku is up for the challenge for them, and Goku's like, yeah, he's ready. He says that's what makes it. And I really do hope that the Tamagamis are going to be a challenge, because let's be honest, they're facing a lot of jabronis so far in this series, and this is basically what ends up we find out some new information in order to get to the places that the 3 Dragon Balls are at, you know, which is scattered of course in the 3 different worlds of the of the demon realm. You got to go back to that fish looking thing to be warped to that location, and so we understand Goku is up for the challenge here. They also start learning as far as like using the Dragon Balls, because I think Goku, he wanted to use the Dragon Balls to get them back to normal, but first they have to get Dente back. And this is where Glorio starts, you know, making the morbid assumption that what if Degesu and Toma end up killing Dente, and they're basically like, you know, this is our plan, we got to get these 3, we got to get Dente back so that way we can get the Dragon Balls to wish us back to normal and everything. And so it's a settle that they're going to go ahead and do this plan. They're going to go after those Dragon Balls, and Son Goku's just jumping up joy for happy. I really wonder too, and I don't know if it's just me, when it comes to Goku, is he acting a lot more childish in this one? Like, because one of the things that GT was very good at doing, and I mentioned it looked like they were going this direction, but now I'm seeing it more and more. In Dragon Ball GT, Goku acts more like Dragon Ball Z Goku, which is the adult, matured version of Goku. Of course, Goku's always had that childlike personality, but in Dragon Ball, he really was like jumping around like this as a kid. And it's like they got him acting a lot more childish than usual. Like, yeah, I get it because they're trying to appeal to the OG Dragon Ball fans and everything for the 40th anniversary. But it's like, yeah, I don't remember Goku doing stuff like this as an adult, in particularly Z and stuff like that. So yeah, and I don't know, like when they settle on the plan, if you notice this, it's a good thing I got it frame by frame. Glorio is serious, but he goes out of frame and he cracks a smile. And then from there, I wonder if that's going to be subtle, because we're still wondering in East Kaioshin, can we trust this guy or not? And then, of course, Son Goku gets on the Neo Bowl, aka Power Pole, and is able to see the next town from here. And they even find some water, and Goku just buries his face into that water. And this fish is like, bro, I know you ain't taking up my water. I know you ain't. And East Kaioshin's even wonder, like, is this even safe to watch? I mean, safe to drink? And Gloria's like, it should be. And then they just start walking through this tunnel, and we arrive here where all these citizens are lined up, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? And I don't know, just the way they were all lined up and how they're standing, it looked like it was going to be bad. And oh boy, would it be. Let me get a sip of water here.